every time you arrive in a city, they think, oh, let's party. But they don't know you already had like a full week. I remember I said to my sister, like, I'm not going to do it.
Welcome, guys, to the very, very first episode of Mylo's Mansion. Basically, because I think we all have too much time on our hands right now, I decided to do this podcast thing. And basically, it's just going to be me talking with, I don't know, anyone in the music industry. Could be DJs, producers, songwriters, label managers, A&R managers, tour managers, whatever. And we're basically just gonna talk about life, touring, music, everything. And the concept is we have the iPad here with questions that I don't know and the guest doesn't know. So to keep things exciting, and just fire a couple questions at us. And then see where that takes the conversation. So this time, for the very first time, this episode, Mike Williams as the guest. Since, we just released a song together, we thought it would be fun to, just talk a little bit, have a little chat, and
For sure.
So, let's ring in question number 1. So, looking back, would you have preferred to break through with a different music style than Future House? I hate the term Future House, by the way.
Yeah, me too. I think that there were a couple of people who started calling it Future House and Future Bounce.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like, it's more like melodic, but still like a kind of like groovy, but still energetic.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I think this style is kind of the way I produce, so it's not on purpose that I make Future House, as people call it. It's more like I like melodic stuff, so I like playing the piano, and I start with a melody on a piano, and then I work it out on a computer. But I'm not sure. I started producing when I was 14, and I was making different styles as well, like Moomaton. I think we also have a track together, which is like a Moomaton bootleg. I think in the beginning you're kind of searching for your own style. Yeah. But I think that's the same with you, man.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's also like whenever in every interview you always get the same question. Oh, how did you develop your own sound? And I'm just like, for me, at the time, I loved the whole thing with Oliver Heldens at the time, like when Gecko came out.
There was a point that there was like Big Room, and then Oliver Heldens came with this Gecko track, and then everyone was moving to like a deeper sound.
Yeah.
And then I thought maybe the combination is quite cool to have still melodic track, but then also some grooviness.
Yeah. Agree. We did this one Moomaton song in the past.
I think we made it on a holiday in Ibiza.
Yeah, we were supposed to, we were both DJing this kids party, which is called Speakers. And they basically decided to host this Ibiza edition, which didn't really work out.
Yeah, I think we all flew there, and then they found out that it all got cancelled.
Yeah, so basically we had a free holiday. We were just in this apartment, us with two or three other DJ guys, friends of us.
Yeah.
And then we made this Moomaton song. What was it? It was like a bootleg. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I think it was just Rihanna song or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and also one track with Junior.
Yeah.
That was also one. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, Moomaton times. That was fun times. And everyone
was playing it as well. Everyone was playing Moomaton tracks in their sets, like at kids' parties. It was quite popular.
Now it's like the after party music. Whenever you DJ an after party,
Yeah.
you bring out all the old Moombaton stuff, basically.
Yeah, it's now a bit like combination between hip hop and Moombaton, and they call it reggaeton or.
Yeah, like for instance, maybe like One Dance, the Drake songs.
Yeah.
Also a little bit like Moombaton-ish.
Yeah.
And like all the Major Lazer stuff. Yeah, basically. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's run in another question from you.
Let's go. What is your very first memory of me? That's an amazing question.
I'm trying to think. I think we first met probably at Speakers, must be.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I was DJing there, and that was at the time that Martijn still, like, he basically started Speakers.
Yeah.
And then, I started DJing there, and then I remember you did these couple other parties in your hometown, like Smack.
And some school parties. And I think I was doing a contest in Haarlem, I think. I'm not sure. And at that time, I was also playing with my playing together back to back with Challe, my cousin. I think that's how we kind of started at Speakers, and then I met you. 'Cause you were obviously playing there already.
Yeah, I was actually in a DJ duo as well then.
Oh yeah, of course. Whoa, I forgot. Yeah, you were with Gino.
Maybe some people have heard of the name Gelino and Total Touch.
Gelino and Total Touch. Yeah, but you guys also made a lot of tracks and released a lot of tracks, and
we did
that was a couple of years.
A lot of bootlegs, and we did this Rihanna songs. We did bootlegs, everyone did basically at the time.
Yeah,
and it was you had this one website, Beat Junks.
Yeah.
Where I remember that one of my bootlegs.
Everyone was checking that out.
Yeah,
every day there were new bootlegs and new tracks.
Yeah. But everyone, even at the time, I remember Blaster Jacks.
Yeah.
And
all
Hardwell, everyone used to be on there.
Artists were also on the Fato forum, the Fato Gonzalez website.
Yeah,
Everyone
I remember my first song. I think that was the Rihanna bootleg that got posted on Beat Junks, and it was most exciting moment.
Yeah, but that's how it all kind of started. We were just making hours, playing and meeting people and releasing and making music.
Basically, yeah. I'm trying to think if there is something like that right now. I don't think so.
No.
It's not really this forum or blog or anything.
I feel like now everything is kind of more on its own. Everyone has their own team and their own people. But what we that group of DJs and producers and people who were organizing parties, that was kind of unique because from there are a lot of people like Melle, Mesto as well.
We basically all met at that same.
Yeah, we all do something in the music industry.
Yeah, it's cool. Also your tour manager is a good friend of mine, and it's all basically a group of friends, which it's really cool.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think now. It used to be. Now it's more a little bit like camps.
Yeah, it's more separated.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's just kind of, I don't know why that happened.
I feel back in the days people were giving each other more opportunities.
Yeah,
there was more a friendship, and there was more. I don't know. Now it's difficult.
Yeah, I know. I don't feel that way, but I have the idea that some people feel like it's a competition or something.
There's a lot of competition, but I think that's also because we are getting older, and we are also like, obviously we went a bit up, and we got signed to a label, and we have a management team, and so there's like more competition on the top, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're like on the top, but when you kind of go to there, heading to there, then there's like more. I mean, it's also with like set times and headline billing.
Yeah, of course.
All that kind of stuff, and you try to leave it with management to deal with it. But then you see your name on that flyer, and you think like, fuck, I wanna, like, I see some DJs and I wanna be above them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's more competition now.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe it's also like in the beginning it was all basically fun and like you didn't care, and now it also kind of feels like, okay, I've been working my ass off for all those years, and now, you know, you're starting to make steps, and I don't know, it just feels more serious or something, I think.
Yeah, it is more serious.
And also more responsibility as well, like.
Yeah, because I think at that time it was literally a hobby. Like you had your school and you had your parents and everything, and there was not really a focus on that. It was just fun. And now it's still fun, but it's also kind of your job.
Yeah. Ish.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, I think, in the end, you're kind of like running a business also.
Yeah, because I think, and not a lot of people know that, but DJs are just running their business. Yeah. They all have a company. They all have to collect money and make sure that they have enough money and invest and all that kind of stuff. We like, people forget about it, that artists also have like a company to run. Yeah.
The pain of growing up, I guess. Responsibilities
now.
We have to pay bills as well.
Yeah.
Cool, let's run to the next one.
Next one.
Do you find it hard to switch back to normal life after touring for a few weeks?
I think it's quite hard. You learn how to deal with it every tour, and every tour it gets better. But at the beginning, when I started touring a lot, like doing a lot of shows, then when it's always super hectic on tour. Like there's so much energy, so much people that you meet, and the shows and the traveling, like it does a lot to your brain. And then when you get home, and it's like suddenly super quiet. You're just sitting on the sofa, like watching TV, and that's it. Or in the studio, but you're basically on your own. And that difference, for me, in the beginning was quite difficult. Like, I always felt when I came back from tour, like I was calling my friends, like, "Hey, let's party and go to like a club or like a bar in Amsterdam," just to still have that energy and that rush with you. And then a couple of days after, then it kicks in even harder. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, sounds very familiar.
But I think every DJ has that. Like touring is just, it's the energy level is so high. Yeah. There's so many things going on.
And it's like constant, like even like when you're not DJing or whatever, it's like, if you're in a place you've never been, you want to go explore, and then, you know, maybe shoot some photos to post. Yeah. Then the promoter calls, "Hey, let's have dinner, let's do this." Even if you're not playing that night, let's go out.
Yeah, and that's the weird thing that, like us as DJs, of course, like you get booked for a couple of shows, maybe a week. And let's say you do like 4 shows in a week, and you have to fly from every city. And then, but every time you arrive in a city, the promoter is like, "Oh, nice, we have a DJ tonight." Yeah. So every night is a party for them. It's just one party in the week or 2 parties in a week. But for us, it's pretty much every night is a party, because every time you arrive in a city, they think, "Oh, let's party," but they don't know you already had like a full week. So sometimes, and it's difficult to say no.
Yeah, because what I always feel is like, you know, the promoter, obviously they pay for you to come play.
Yeah.
And you also, you know, want to be grateful that they brought you out there and booked you. So you also want to give them like a good time and like hang out with them. And
you want to be nice as well.
Yeah.
Even if you're like super tired. I caught myself like saying yes so many times. Like, okay, we'll go out. Just one drink, or like, let's have dinner. And then you always say yes.
Yeah, I remember, like, sometimes I kind of like decide, okay, let's cut down on the party a little bit, be like a little bit more healthy.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you go out for dinner with the promoter and the entire table is full with food.
Yeah, with food and drinks and nice people. And,
it's like the party trap.
Yeah, but it's difficult sometimes to switch back to normal life.
Yeah.
Because, and that's why I kind of get it with like big DJs, like say top 10 DJs, they're touring every week. Like they're doing so many shows, and if you keep, like if you stay in that rush, and you never have like a time off or like just a couple of weeks at home, I think it's gonna mess with your brain.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that time home is also really important, I think.
Yeah, I mean, what I have seen, like some of them also, like, they just don't party anymore. Like, they've just said, like, I'm not gonna do it with anyone, so nobody feels like, you know, weird.
Then they know, like, okay, that DJ is, it's not gonna party.
But then it's also just fun to party.
Yeah. I mean, the parties in different cities are always fun.
I mean, it's crazy, like, to just, you know, always meet new people and, like, it's just it's also like this adventure that you just don't want to miss out on. Like, and then on your hotel room, it's also lonely, very.
Yeah. Oh, and so many people think that it's always like you're always surrounded with people, and there are a lot of times that you are, but when you eventually arrive at the hotel room and you're just alone, and your tour manager or your team is also in separate hotel rooms, then you start missing your family and your friends at home, and they're all at home and they have parties here or birthdays or they like spend time with each other, and things happen back home and you're not there. That's I don't know, in the beginning that was kind of difficult as well, and your friends also start to get used to it that you're not there, so they don't invite you anymore for stuff. I had that at a certain point, that I was not invited to like parties or birthdays.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times when you're just like in your room and like FaceTiming and they're like all out partying or whatever, and then you're just like by yourself in bed, doing nothing.
Then it kind of feels like
then
work.
It feels weird. Yeah, I always have this one moment, especially this one Vegas run that I always do, and then I fly out on like Friday here in the morning, and then you land there at like 8 in the evening, and then I play at midnight. And then I just go for like a short nap, like 1 or 2 hours, and then when I wake up, I'm almost like, why do I do this again? There's always this painful moment. When you haven't slept.
Those moments on tour that you think like, wow, why?
And I mean, not that I don't like doing it, and I don't like. Whenever you then get on stage, it was always worth it.
I think there was another DJ saying this in an interview. Not sure who, but he said like traveling is like the work part.
Yeah.
And then playing is like still like a hobby.
Yeah.
So,
because like flying, I mean, I can never get you. I mean, you can get used to it somewhat.
I don't know anyone who likes
no one.
Flying.
No one.
It's just a
like
thing.
Even if you have the nice seats and like business class or whatever, it's still not fun.
Still sucks.
it still sucks. But yeah, part of the job, I guess,
Yeah, I think so.
and
too.
very worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's jump to question, what is it? 3, I think.
Yeah. Is money important to you? And what do you spend your most money on?
I mean, I always hate people that say that money isn't important,
Yeah.
because obviously we have to eat.
Yeah, we have to live.
We have to live. So yeah, obviously we need to make a living just like any other person. So yeah, money is somewhat important to me, but it's not, I think, the thing that drives me to do what we do.
Yeah.
And yeah, whatever do I spend most money on? Probably going out with friends.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
It's like, when you've missed all those moments. And I don't know, I also think it's just fun to, like, we earn decent money. We can't complain, I think.
Yeah, I think for our age now, most of our friends are studying. In my case, then are studying or just started working. Like for us now, it's kind of weird, but compared to them, we earn quite a lot of money.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you go out, then you're like, okay, I'll do a round, or
I'll
buy the bottle and then drink.
But it's also just fun, to like have your friends enjoy and to share it. Yeah,
I rather share it than spending it on myself.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
Something that I can't
totally
share.
agree, because that's just it's just sitting by yourself. Basically, I don't know. It's just lonely, and it's just like
But I think that's the same thing with touring, that you can experience all these things on tour, like all these crazy nights or all these cool cities that you see. But if you can't share it with someone, then it feels like it's like pointless.
So pointless.
Like, and I'm always happy that I like, for example, Jorn is then tour manager and also a friend, so I can share with him, or I try to send videos to friends and family. But I think that goes the same for money. It's nice to share it with people. Not everything, but it's just like
we're not like this charity foundation. No, but yeah, I totally get what you mean. It's, I don't know, it's just, money is just, how do you say this? It's just like a tool to, I don't know, just make life a little bit more exciting, but it's not the most important thing.
No, because you can be as miserable as it gets with a lot of money, I think. But still, I don't know. For me, it starts with the music, and I get happy when I make a track in the studio. I start beginning of the day and I have nothing, and I end with like a track, and I release tracks, or I play tracks in front of people. Like, music is what drives me, and then it's nice to earn a decent amount of money with it, so you can.
I mean, I think for us both, it's just something that happened. Like, we were both just making music, and never even. I never even had the idea you could even make money with making music.
No, that was not like, not the intention at all.
No, that's just something that kind of happened, I think.
Because in the beginning, you don't earn a lot of money, and it's like you just want to play on stage.
I mean, I remember like, oh, you want to come play for 30 euros? Yeah, sure, why not?
Why not? Yeah, there was a point that I was even, I was even able to, how do you say that? I even wanted to give people money if I could play there. Like, I'll just give you a couple of euros and then I'll play there. It's the other way around.
Weird other way around.
Next one?
Yeah, cool. What was the moment that you decided to start touring with a crew, and why? And why?
I don't know exactly when, but in the beginning, my sister was joining me a lot on tour. So the first tours that I did outside of the Netherlands were with my sister. I don't think I ever did shows on my own, maybe one or two, because I didn't really like it. Because what you said, like you're just alone there, and you don't know a lot of people, and it's just you sitting in a hotel room. So it's always nice to bring someone. And in the beginning, my sister was joining me a lot, so she could like film everything and help me with some things. Because if you're on stage and you have the same, if you're on stage, it's quite difficult to, like, if you have like something that you need.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to ask if you don't have anyone around you, because you can't leave the stage. So, so it's nice to bring someone. And there was a point that my sister got less involved, and I started touring with a tour manager. Just one guy was joining me. And I think that's still the basics for me, like with Jorn, my tour manager now. That's like we travel with the two of us, and then if it's like a bigger show, then we bring a cameraman or like I don't know, like a VJ.
Yeah.
It depends on the shows.
Yeah, I mean, I did tour a lot by myself.
How is that?
I mean, whenever I go alone, I always, most of the time, fly there, play, and then a lot of times I leave straight after the show.
Yeah.
Or like in the next morning, I fly out again because, I mean, you're by yourself. So that's what I hate the most about going alone is like, if you're with someone, and I mean, just, one person, you want to go out and like explore. And when I'm by myself, I'm like, do I want to go out? Nah.
Yeah, you don't have to. You can just stay in your hotel room.
And I'm like thinking, it looks weird if I go for dinner by myself. Yeah.
You're sitting there at the table on your own.
So you don't
order room service.
Yeah, you just order room service, watch Netflix, work on music a little bit, and then go to sleep.
But it's sometimes different when a promoter books you who you already know.
Yeah.
Like if you already did a couple of shows with him, and you know like the crew, you know the people who work there, then it's different.
Yeah, but I've had moments like when I'm on stage and like, I don't know, something happens, like the CO2 fucks up, or like completely,
it's like the CDJs, like
the promoter or like whoever like controls it uses it on all the wrong moments.
Like in the middle of a break.
Then you're like, okay, now I wish I was not here by myself.
Yeah, it's always nice to have someone, or even if it's someone from the club itself, that who knows, like, hey, if you need something,
that you know kind of like explain and like talk with like how you want things to go, and like because at the end I think we always want to bring a good show and like give people a good experience.
Yeah, and I think it's also a good investment to like invest in your crew. Yeah. Because the better your show gets, and now it's of course it's about the music, but now there's so much more technique and like the lights, the visuals, even like a sound engineer. Yeah. I've not really idea what a sound engineer does exactly at a show, but it's nice to like put your show on the next level. But there has to be enough money for it. Yeah.
I mean, I have talked to sound engineers because I was curious, like, what are you doing? Yeah. And he was like, yeah, we basically keep the sound as loud as possible.
Yeah. I think if you do a show with your own sound engineer, then you'll notice. Like,
yeah, because I've been at festivals, and then I've seen like Hardwell play, and then the guy who played before him.
Yeah,
And
that
then
is different.
when he started playing, it was like so crazy loud and like you do really hear the difference. Yeah. And yeah, obviously a photographer, you know, to like
I think
share.
that's the best investment.
Yeah.
Like someone who can make social media content.
Yeah.
And the best thing is if it's one guy who can make videos and photos.
Yeah.
And just follows you 24/7 backstage.
Content is key.
Yeah, yeah.
Another saying I hate, but it's kind of true.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it's just nice to share everything with your fans and like.
Yeah, and you kind of have to nowadays.
Yeah.
Which sucks, but.
I mean, yeah, I think if I wouldn't be DJing, I would probably. I mean, I would have an Instagram account, but I would never like post as much.
No.
It's like that's also
it's
kind of
part
of the job. Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. Let's move on.
Yes.
Question for Emilio. What was the best moment in your life?
Very deep, very deep question. Wow. I have to think. Interesting question.
I'm thinking too. I'm not sure. Maybe like a show or a city.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think maybe.
Or something with friends. What was like the highlight show for you so far? The best show you did?
I think, yeah, definitely in India.
Oh yeah.
We did this show for like, I don't know, it was like 60 or 70,000 people.
Crazy.
And it was like just this infinite sea of people. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I think one of my maybe career-wise happier moments was like the first time when I played Ibiza. Or I mean, not the very first time, but like when I played Ibiza and I went out there with friends and I rented this villa and like we were at this crazy villa, and then we really had like this moment like what the fuck is happening here? Like I'm just basically making music in my bedroom and now we're in this crazy villa on this crazy island.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the
and
moments.
Everything is like possible. And
Yeah. But I mean, there's so many moments. Like you probably have like.
Yeah, I mean, but I think it's nice to, like the moments in the beginning are quite, how do you say it, important.
Yeah.
Then that everything is like so new for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I still remember the first time I was playing on the stage, like it was in my hometown, and I was so scared to play. That was the first time playing in front of an audience. Like I was playing in small bars.
Yeah.
But no one really paid attention. But this was like a show. Like there were a couple of hundred people just coming for music, and I remember I said to my sister like, I'm not gonna do it. like fuck this. I'm out. Like, and then she kind of like pushed me on stage, and it went super well. And they booked me again and again. So I was super happy that I did it. But yeah, the moment when you're on stage, you're like, whoa, people are dancing to your music. And that was like right in the beginning.
Yeah, I remember my first show wasn't that successful. I was still DJing with a friend, and at school we basically convinced the school to like let us kind of organize the school party. So we basically rented the biggest speakers we could get. And then we were DJing, but like the sound was so loud that like everyone was with their fingers in their ears. And we were like so happy, like, yeah, this is great, like, you know, play music way too loud. So yeah, that wasn't as successful. But I think at that time we did meet. I think that was one of the first times that we met. I mean, you know him obviously, Daryl.
Yeah.
Which he always used to DJ as well, and he used to.
He
do
was
like,
super talented.
Yeah, photography.
Yeah.
And I always looked up to him, like.
Yeah.
And I think I met him at that school party, and he introduced us to like other people again, and like that's like how that sometimes happens, like how it starts rolling, like you meet people, and then you play his birthday and the next birthday.
Yeah.
And crazy how that like starts. It's so weird to think back. It's like good memories, like when things were
normal,
fun, and like
normal.
No response. Like it's still fun, but like I don't know.
You like there was
different
not
way.
like
there was no pressure.
no
nothing.
pressure at all. Oh.
Yeah, weird. Then I remember when we did Groovy George at your house.
Oh yeah, whoa. That was in Amsterdam or not?
No, Hilversum, at your parents' house.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Did we make the track there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I remember having dinner at your place.
Oh yeah, of course.
At that point, that's when I just started to do a couple shows with Martijn.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So many things happened since then.
Yeah.
Like we were both like touring and doing shows and releasing music, and it's kind of now our job.
Yeah, but now the good times is like when you do shows, and like I read my itinerary for the show and I see that you are playing or Mel is playing.
Yeah, you see other friends, because that it's still like a fun scene. It's still there are so many fun guys who are also playing on the same festival, and then you just hang out, or you have the same, or you're sharing a dressing room.
Yeah,
it's always so much fun. It's better than doing a show on your own.
Yeah, so much better.
And then afterwards you go out or.
Cool. Let's do. Is this the last one? Let's see.
Maybe.
Oh no, two more, but we'll see if we get to all of them. What are your insecurities? Deep question.
Oh. I don't know. I think music-wise, I have like a lot of insecurities, because you never know if something is really good.
Yeah.
And what people are gonna think of that particular track. But also like show-wise, if you play before or after a big artist, then I'm kind of insecure then, like if people actually like it.
Yeah.
I'm always thinking about if other people, what are people thinking about me, constantly with everything, and it's kind of annoying, but it's there. So
yeah,
I kind of have to deal with
I
it.
can really relate.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I don't know, everything you do, there's always, reactions from people. Yeah. So that you really think about like, okay, what if I release this song? What's gonna happen?
Yeah, and I think that's also because now with social media, it's so easy to just post a comment.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like you can burn someone completely down.
Yeah.
Just like sitting behind your computer.
Yeah, that's what I hate also. Like, people don't realize, like, obviously it's normal if you don't like this one song. Yeah. I mean, you can't expect everyone to like everything.
Yeah.
But it's like, people can be very hateful sometimes.
Yeah. Because they don't realize that we pretty much see everything.
Yeah, we do.
We see comments, and there are a couple of DJs who don't like don't look at the comments, which I think is really good. But there's always a point that I'm like, let's see what people think, and then I always regret it because then there are like 99 people who say like, oh, it's cool, and then there's one person who says like, oh, like the old Mike Williams.
Yeah.
And then that stays in my head, and all the other comments they don't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so crazy. Actually, like, why does that stay in your head?
Yeah, it's always the negative stuff stays in your head because you wanna, and I always want to improve myself, and if I feel like I get stuck on a certain level, then I'm like, I start to look at myself like, what did I do wrong? And now with the whole Corona thing as well, like I think every DJ, or not even only the DJs, but everyone is now like stuck at a certain level. They're probably not, but for your it feels like you're stuck.
Yeah, definitely.
And even though everyone is kind of like on a hold, it feels like I did something wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's just like you feel, maybe that's a heavy word for it, but you kind of feel like pointless.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing with my life? And like, even though you're still like making music and like, I don't know, it doesn't feel the same as like...
Yeah, because I can be a week in the studio and make tracks, but it's not really like an output. You can't play it. You have to wait for the release day, which can take months, and then you already don't like the track anymore. I always have that. So there's not a lot of drive anymore.
No.
For now.
Yeah, that's what I always have with songs. Like when you finish, like you really start liking a song.
In the beginning.
Yeah, or even after. Like sometimes I have the song and I'm like, okay, it's a cool song, let's put it out. And then when you see like how people react to it, or like when it's out and you can finally like, because I'm always, whenever I listen to a song that I made, I'm always like listening to, maybe I can still change this or that, or like, I don't know, this could be better. And then like after a couple of weeks, you can finally let go of like still making the song and actually listen to it like any other song.
Yeah, I always have that. I make a track and then I want to release it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
If I make a track today, I'd rather release it tomorrow than in like a month.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes a couple of months to release because you have like other tracks waiting.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't know. I lose my love for that track after a while, and then because I know it already for so long, or I've been playing it in my sets for so long. But for other people, it's a new track, so sometimes.
It's weird.
It's weird.
And like whenever you finish it, you always have like, at least I have like, I immediately think about like, oh, what if it like how the party will be if I play it, and like how will it perform on Spotify, and it would be so sick if we get these or these playlists.
Yeah, and sometimes there was I think like a half a year ago, I was just thinking too much about other people saying like, oh, you have to make this, or oh, you have to do it like that, or maybe make a track for the radio so the radio can play it, or make a track that that DJ can play.
Yeah.
And I was always listening too much to those people and not really listening to myself, like, hey, what kind of track do I want to produce?
Yeah.
What makes me happy? And I'm since a couple of weeks, I'm back to the point that I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make something that I like and that makes me happy. And if it's a fucking 5-minute long track, I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I feel like most of the successful tracks are made like that. It's just
definitely.
like there's like a big fuck everyone.
And also like I think it just opens up your mind to be more creative as well. if you're not like trying to aim for this or that. Or
Yeah. You just kind of like shoot everywhere
Yeah.
and see what sticks, instead of only focus on
Yeah.
radio or club.
Yeah, because I hate it when, when I did Chasing Shadows, which kind of got successful,
Yeah.
and then the label was like, okay, yeah, well, let's do a follow up for that song.
Yeah.
Let's try to do something like that again. And it's
Yeah.
always, I mean, I did a kind of like a follow up, I think. But now when I think about it, it's like stupid to
Yeah, because it's never or almost never gonna be better than
No,
first ID.
no.
So yeah, I hate that. I hate it when labels or people say like, "Yeah, did you hear that track from that guy? It's amazing. You should make something like that."
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but he already did it.
Yeah.
So that's pointless if I'm gonna do it now.
Yeah, I mean, I love it when they can like really help with whatever you've come up with, and like maybe at that point steer it a little bit, like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe you can do the arrangement a little bit different,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, I also hate that, like, oh, maybe can you do a song like that one?
Yeah. Oh, I always say, yeah, of course. And I never do it.
Oh, yeah, good talks. Well, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Good talks. I think it's also fun for people maybe to like, get to know us a little bit better,
Yeah.
and like all the personal stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, good times.
For sure. And check out our track. I don't know which camera I have to
Any of
look,
them.
but check out our track.
Face Up to the Sun. It's out now,
Out
and
now. It's amazing.
amazing. We need a little bit more streams, so
We need some more money and some more streams. So please listen to it.
Well, thank you for listening, guys, and well, see you guys in the next one. Cheers.
Cheers.